A fraud investigation tonight into a company tasked with certifying breathalyzer machines. It's raising a lot of legal questions here in Michigan.
State police have suspended the use of those devices, but a local defense attorney says it could lead to hundreds of appeals and clog up the court system. Annie Satowski live in the newsroom with more on what he had to say. Annie?
Yeah, Doug, Janice, these machines are not the ones used in a roadside test, but rather the ones used at jails and police stations. It's those measurements that are then used in court, which is why attorney Ed Sternisha, says it's so important that they're accurate, something he's now unsure of.
This machine can break down too. It can be inaccurate. Maybe it's off a little. And when we're concerned about maybe putting someone in jail or someone in prison, we want this machine to work right.
Defense attorney Ed Sternisha talking about the growing concerns surrounding the breathalyzer machines used by jails and police stations statewide. The Datamaster DMT could help determine the fate of an alleged drunk driver, which is why Michigan State Police are responsible for regularly checking their accuracy.
They hired that company to go around to the 200 and something places where these are to do these, because every 120 days, it's in the administrative rules, it must be checked.
Intoximeters, an independent contractor, was hired to handle that task. But after some performance issues, state police started digging deeper, announcing Monday they're suspending the use of the Datamasters as they investigate possible fraud.
I had a couple reactions because first I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be huge. This is going to clog the courts. Then I thought, what about my clients?
MSP says they have found discrepancies in the certification records, including the possibility of some of them may have been falsified. They've notified prosecutors in those impacted areas. Police also say they don't believe those discrepancies affected the results of the test, but Sternisha has questions.
And if they find him in some agencies, the same person inspected this one that my client has. Even if they say, well, that one was done right. This guy's, he hasn't been convicted yet, but they're looking at him for falsifying records and fraud. Really, how can we trust anything he did, right?
Sternisha says he's already put at least one case on hold as he looks into the issue.
I had someone who was going to plead, but now we have reason to doubt the accuracy of the test he took. And so I now have to go through and investigate to find out, really, do we have an issue here?
But he's more concerned about the people already convicted.
This is going to be across the entire state of Michigan. All I do is drunk driving cases. Every one of my clients, unless they did a blood test, every one of my clients may be affected by this. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of appeals on people who've already been convicted.
State police say they're still investigating and are looking at possible criminal charges if they find anyone was forging records. But Sternisha says that won't prevent the damage that's already been done.
If the people who are certifying them as working properly are falsifying records, can anybody rely on it?
Now, Datamasters have been taken out of use for the time being, meaning all DUI cases will require a blood test. But Sternisha says that opens up a whole new problem because of all those blood samples that will have to go to the state police crime lab to be tested. It's creating another potential backlog. Live in the newsroom, Annie Satowski, Fox 17 News.